So, what does it take to create a brand new healthcare giant in South India seemingly overnight? Well, it takes billions of rupees, thousands of hospital beds, and one absolutely massive deal. Let's break down exactly how this merger is redrawing the healthcare map. Okay, let's start with the headline number that got everyone's attention. 1,800 crore rupees. Now, that's not just a big number, it's the price tag for creating a new healthcare powerhouse in a single move. So, what exactly is being bought and sold here? To really understand this deal, you've got to know who's sitting at the table. We've got three key players: a super ambitious buyer, a really valuable target, and of course, the global investor kind of pulling the financial strings. First up, let's talk about the buyer, Baby Memorial Hospital, or BMH for short. Now, they're a huge player down in Kerala, with over 800 beds and a really solid reputation. But as we're about to see, their ambition is clearly much bigger than just one state. And who are they buying? Star Hospitals. And listen, this is no small local clinic we're talking about. It's a major chain with a massive footprint. We're talking over 1,300 beds across both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. For an ambitious buyer like BMH, that is a prime target. So you might be wondering, how does a hospital in Kerala even afford such a huge acquisition? Well, that's where the financial powerhouse comes in, KKR. This global investment firm put money into Baby Memorial Hospital just last year, specifically to fuel this exact kind of ambitious expansion. They are the engine behind this entire deal. All right, so now that we know who the players are, let's get into the mechanics of the deal itself. How is it structured and what's the strategic thinking behind spending a whopping 1,800 crore rupees? Okay, so how does 1,800 crore buy a company that's clearly worth more? The trick is, BMH isn't buying everything. They're acquiring a 60% majority stake. This is so important. It gives them controlling power, while the original founders still keep a significant 40% piece of the pie. So it's really more of a strategic partnership than a total takeover. And this brings us to this idea of valuation. See, if 60% of the company is worth 1,800 crore, a little back-of-the-napkin math tells us the total implied value of Star Hospitals is a staggering 3,000 crore. The main point here is, this deal sets a really high benchmark for what a major regional hospital chain is worth today. But why spend so much money? Well, BMH's chairman, Dr. Alexander, lays it out pretty perfectly here. This isn't just about buying more beds. It's about making a significant step to become the leading hospital chain in all of South India. The ambition here is nothing short of total regional dominance. So, what does this new healthcare giant actually look like now? Let's take a moment to really visualize the sheer scale of the powerhouse they've just created with this one move. The impact is just immediate and massive. You combine their strengths and boom, they've created a platform with over 2,100 beds. In today's super competitive healthcare market, that kind of scale instantly catapults them into the absolute top tier, putting them right on par with the biggest names in the region. So let's just quickly summarize what this new platform really is. It is, without a doubt, one of South India's largest. It has that massive 2,100 plus bed capacity. But, critically, it also expands BMH's geographical footprint way beyond its home base in Kerala, giving it a really strong presence in the key states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. A deal of this size doesn't just affect the two companies involved, it sends ripples across the entire industry. So, what does this signal for the future of healthcare in India? Just listen to what KKR is saying here. They're not just closing a deal and walking away. They're looking to deepen their investment. This is a huge signal. It tells us that global finance sees India's healthcare sector as a prime area for growth, and they're willing to spend big to consolidate the market and build these larger, more efficient hospital networks. And that really leaves us with a final and pretty thought-provoking question. We're seeing this trend where smaller hospitals and regional chains are getting absorbed into these larger platforms, often backed by private equity. Is this the future? A healthcare landscape that's dominated by just a few massive, super powerful hospital groups? That's the billion-dollar, or I guess the 1,800 crore rupee question this deal forces us to ask.